Hey DOT community, this is Jaeger bringing you another dev stream rundown for April 5th, 2018, and we're going to get right into some of the updates we've got going on. We did learn about a battle frenzy that's going on today. Chances are you've already been in game and playing around with that. Was a 24-hour event, now we're down to far less than that. We also got a sneak peek at some of the upcoming event info and a few other teasers that were just kind of dropped. One thing we'll just take a look at for anyone that does get in there, Team Mats, Team Quiff, or Team Dom hashtags for the streams on Facebook or YouTube. These are just your prior to the event going, you had Matt 1, Team Quiff 2, and Dom had 4 wins, which he did bring into the 5th win. But Matt did get a little bit closer, maybe getting a little bit better at the game, maybe not. Now, one other thing we did have a look at, which we'll throw up on screen in just a minute, is the upcoming Poison Ivy event featuring both Okasi and Bosavi. Now, when we look at this here, and what kind of takes place with it is it's going to be an alliance event with a Titan boost. Any 4 stars in the event give you a 1.1 boost because your rewards are a little bit earlier on. We do see the return of Bosavi, who's available at 10,000 souls, and I've got 2 Bosavis here just to show you some of the skills. Giving you just a rundown, she comes with the standard damage and health for Panthers as the first 2 skills. This one here has another Panther damage and armor and an armor piercing. Looking at a second one just as an example for what Bosavi has. Again, same thing, damage, health. This time we get a Panther armor piercing, Panther resist against fire, and a Panther damage. So just a little bit of an example of what that Bosavi skill pool can look like for you. We also learned that we've got a new sort of Okasi returning to this event, available at 16,000 souls. So the reason why it's 1.1 is lower soul count, double the 4-star Titans available. It does come with a special skill. What they were talking about here is that they changed a little bit because of, Paladins are designed for defense, and rather than being only self-buffing, is trying to give them something a little bit extra to buff the troops along with them. Which kind of is the purpose of a Guardian, though. So I guess that's kind of a little question mark for me, isn't the idea of troop buffing for Guardians, especially if you're going to use it defensively. But what we have here is going to get a Panther X skill for that first skill. Now, in the example they showed on stream, we see Panther Health, followed by a few other just standard Titan Paladin pulls. Now, what does that mean? For everyone that's kind of been talking about what the talk was both before the stream, during the stream, are the resists available? Keep in mind, you still have 4 skills here available to get resists, and does that mean you possibly can get doubles or triples? Yes. Keep that in mind if you go for this Titan. Here's an example of one that I'd got for testing is I got a Panther X for the armor, all right, so fortification. This one here comes with an 88% Panther armor. The rest are all of your standard Titan resists for your Paladins or self-buffing. And again, I got a pool of physical, ice, fire, and poison. So a little bit of a mix there. Whether you like that Okasi or not, I guess it's ultimately up to you. Another thing we also got to look at here was the Okasi concept art. They've been showing a little bit of this. They showed Bosavi when she came out and how Mossman eventually actually started out as Fire Titans until they switched. So now a few other things I'm going to run down in these last 2 minutes or so is some other things that kind of came out during the stream. Number 1, again, that whole maybes on lightning troops, more of what we heard there. They're also looking at those relics with spells on defense, like the Calvarax ones. Here we heard that it's being looked at, and the fix should potentially be there for 1.22. DOT is also aware of other gods, is another tease that we got, as people were asking questions about what about other types of gods, Greek or Indian or all this other stuff, and quote-unquote, according to them, they are aware of other gods, and that's where they left it at. We also do believe that troop fixes are coming later on after 1.21 has been rolled out a little bit. Biggest focus is Unex just walking to their death. We also got a little bit of a tease by the devs about a change coming to Panthers, and they were talking about, I think it was Matt or Dom were going into battle with all Panthers, and someone said, well, that might be changing soon. They also were talking about the return of those 4-star resist rings, like the ice rings, the fire rings, and Quiff was mentioning that there are new relics planned in the future using some of the skill pools that were on those relics, so we may see possible new relics using those types of skills in the future. We also got word of a possible, not major details released, Loki and Thor event coming either next week, possibly the week after, that will be critical to the Norse god whole theme. No details, but again, it will impact basically your progress in the event and whether or not you're going to collect all of those gods. All in all, that's pretty much what we got in this dev stream. So I'm GamingJAEGER, and I'm leaving you with that. Thanks for joining me, and I'm out.